Hey everyone, I'm Laura Heigl with Century 21 Sheets, your key to the finest homes. I have my friend and colleague Monica Facalio with me today from Annie Mac Home Mortgage, and we're going to talk about loan documentation and what this looks like. A few years ago, when I was newer in real estate, I had these buyers and we were getting ready to buy a house, and I sort of wanted to know what price range they were looking at. They were friends of ours, so a little bit of a different situation. And the wife told me that they could spend whatever they wanted. And I found that pretty interesting, since I knew that they were not cash buyers. And then as I dug a little further, turned out that a family member of hers was the lender. But she kept insisting we can spend whatever we want. And they could spend 300,000, they could spend 1.5 million, but they could spend whatever they want. Now, I think that ship has sailed, Monica. Is that correct? Can you do that today? Can you spend whatever you want and get a mortgage for whatever you want?
No, today definitely is all about documentation, and there are a lot of lending requirements. So along with the fun part of shopping for a home, you need to make sure that you have all the required documentation to get the loan that you're inquiring about.
Okay, now this does not sound fun at all. So what
This
do you
is
mean?
kind of the yucky part, but
Okay.
but it's always good to know ahead of time. If you are working with a good lender, they're going to go through and explain all of these items to you. But just to give you an idea, it is very detailed. We need pay stubs. We need recent pay stubs. You need to keep all of your pay stubs or know how to access them. We need your tax returns. Most times for 2 years, we need to see the complete tax return from the start page to the very end page. We're going to need bank statements and every single page to your bank statement, so the underwriters can review, make sure you've got money in there. We're also going to need, sometimes we need 12 months of canceled checks for your rent or where you're currently living, so we can see how your pay history is with that. We need to review your credit. Sometimes we may need to do some things with your credit that's going to, require some extra shuffling around of some credit cards and things like that. There is a lot of documentation that goes into qualifying a loan. Sometimes we need to write letters of explanation to explain certain circumstances from your past, so underwriters know. Basically, when you're applying for a loan, the documentation that you provide has to tell a story of your financial situation right now at this moment with your in your situation. And it needs to be, if any person came and picked up your file, that story should be able to be read by anyone who picks up that file. So the rules and the guidelines have changed so much today, and I think that people just don't realize all of the documentation required, and sometimes it's a lot of work to gather that stuff.
So here's the deal, guys. When I hear this is not the fun part of buying a house, but it is necessary evil per se. If you do your homework up front and you go sit down with a good lender and you do all this work that you need to do, you are going to be good to go, so that you get to do the fun part with me, which is shopping for houses. And at that point, you're going to be an informed buyer and you're going to be ready and able to go. And when I call that list agent and I say, I've got an offer for you and I've got a pre-approval, it's going to be an exciting, fun, smooth process because you have done the part. So the old world of just saying I can spend whatever I want because I've got a good credit score, I don't get to do that with a loan anymore. So homework has to be done. Follow up for details, talk to a good lender, work with a good realtor. I'm Laura Heigl, your key to the finest homes. Thanks for stopping by today.